Hey, so we are having a big weekend this weekend in the Harness House because we have a kid turning the big 16. And so this is not our first kid to turn 16. This is our fifth kid to turn 16. And so it's always exciting when they have those big mile marker birthdays, which this is one of those. And it brings up a lot of questions, and I think it does in the hearts of all parents, is that what am I expected to do for my 16-year-old? What do they expect? What do their friends expect? What do they expect comparison-wise to their friends? But what is right to do for your 16-year-old? And do we give them a car? Do we give them the keys? Do we give them opportunity to do these things? And I think that's what we're going to talk about today. But we're preparing for the 16th birthday party. We have lots of things to do and get before this happens. So we celebrate big in the Harness House. We don't celebrate all throughout the year like Scott and I grew up, not celebrating every day, celebrating our kids every day. I mean, we love them and all that. But we take Christmas and birthdays and holidays, that's when we celebrate. And so we'll be getting ready for a big family party and we'll be getting all the stuff together. So Lainey, my daughter, is gonna help me today. And so come with us and we'll see what happens as we prepare for Bennett's birthday. Woo! Okay, so Lainey and I are going out to get all the stuff for the party today. Oh, well, the party is tomorrow, but we're going today to get all the stuff. And we are going to be getting a cookie cakes because he doesn't like cake. Yeah. He likes cookies. So anyway, we're getting cookie cakes, and we had to get two because in our family, one is never enough. No. Ever. And then he wants catfish. We'll pick that up tomorrow. Yeah. And then he wants cream soda because that's his favorite drink. And so anyway, we're going to get that. We're going to get some things that he wants presents-wise. And, the big question about turning 16, that mile marker, is do I let my kid drive? Do I get him a car? Do I, because everybody else is doing it. And I just think that you have to stop. And as a parent, you have to think about that child. And you have to think about what that child needs and whether they're ready for that responsibility. And honestly, none of our kids did we just throw the keys to them at 16 and say, hey, take off and have a good time. No. We just didn't do that.
I started driving a month before I turned 17.
Yeah, and so it's been anywhere from 16 to 17 pretty much with all of them. And it was based upon when they were ready. And we had to, as parents, discern that. And so sometimes we weren't like the most popular parent because a lot of other parents were just saying, here, go for it, you're 16. But every kid is different and every kid is ready for that responsibility at a different point. And it's not right, I don't think, as a parent, just to be pressured by other people around you, what other parents are doing, because then you just set your kid up for failure. And the number one cause of death with 15 to 20-year-olds is car accidents. And so, we're not fearful of that, but what we also know is that as parents, we have to prepare them. And so, yeah, we may not be the most popular parent all the time, but we feel like it's our responsibility, our God-given responsibility, to make sure that we prepare our kids as best we can. And accidents still happen and things still happen even with the best of preparation. But we want to know that we did all that we can to help prepare them for that. And so take a little bit of that pressure off. If you're that 16, if you got a 16-year-old or whatever, any mile marker really, of age, of birthdays, is that you don't have to do what everybody else does. You pray about it and you do what you feel like is right for your child at the right time. And so I hope that takes a little bit of pressure off of you as you're trying to decide what to do with your kids at different stages. Pray about it. Discern what is best for them with wisdom, and then take off on it. You may not be their best friend, but someday they will thank you for the investment that you made in them. We're at the mall, and the reason why we're here is because we are actually going to get some presents for Bennett. So because he's not really ready, and we've discerned he's not really ready for driving just yet, we're working on that. Like, we're fixing to get his test and all of that done. Because he's not really ready for that yet, we're going to get some other presents. And so Bennett is a shoe freak, and he really likes his shoes. And so he asked for some Vans and some dress shoes, which are Hey Dudes. Like, what's a Hey Dude?
They're from the Buckle. That's all I know.
So we're gonna get some Hey Dudes, and whoever named that, and some Vans, and then he wants like some hoodies and stuff like that. Now, that's not a car, but
That's true.
but he's just not ready for that, and we're gonna work towards that. And so anytime between the 16 to 17 is when we'll figure all that out and get a car when he's ready for that. But we're gonna get a few things that will make him smile. Okay, so Lainey and I have been to the mall, and we got the Hey Dude, and we got some other Vans and stuff, and a sweatshirt, and we got that boy fixed up. And so now we're at Raising Cane's because you gotta have sustenance to make it when you're shopping.
It's better than Chick-fil-A in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
Many people are not.
So we're getting us some Raising Cane's, and we're heading home here in just a sec.
Ew.
Okay.
Wow.
Are you feeling?
What would it be like to be to be famous and like a famous vlogger,
Oh my God.
That'd be so cool. I don't know.
So we're sitting here in Raising Cane's parking lot, and we're eating our delicious chicken because Lainey loves Raising Cane's. But I also just thought it would be good to talk about why we're so big about making sure that we don't give a vehicle and like free reign too early. And with all of our kids, they've all had wrecks except Lainey, who just started driving.
Let's not jinx that.
They've all had wrecks, and of course some of that's just learning and growing, but there's nothing like getting that phone call in the middle of the night or like 10 o'clock or whatever that makes a parent's heart stop when you hear your kids say, I've had a wreck, and you don't know exactly how bad it is. And we had that happen a couple of times, and a couple of fender benders, but then a couple of pretty good ones. And to come around the corner and to see your son's vehicle, his truck on its side when you come around the corner to pick him up from when he called you and told you there's a wreck, your heart just stops. And thank goodness he was okay. And then we had another really close one with Faith, where she had a pretty bad wreck, and it was just super, super disturbing and stayed with her for a long time. And so, of course, some of those things are going to happen, and we can't help some of those things. Sometimes people are going to hit us, but just being able to prepare our kids without having a timeline that goes, you have to do it like this. I just think that's smart, and that's wise, and that's what being a parent is about. And sometimes they're not going to understand that. And, there's this whole thing of hate me now, love me later. And we hope that they'll come back around, even if they don't understand exactly why we don't do things on a certain timetable, that they'll appreciate that later on. And so that's why we don't jump to do things on a certain timetable, because I'm telling you, there are some things that if we can bypass them and not have to go through them, we don't want to. And so you learn from wisdom or consequences. And man, I want to help our kids learn from wisdom, not from consequences, if that's possible. So we're going to enjoy our chicken. So we're getting ready for the party. Bennett's out there cleaning. Scott and Ian are, I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't think they're cleaning, but anyway, they have been. Lainey's getting everything ready in the kitchen. Woo! Clean the floors.
God, thank you for 16 years that we've had the privilege of enjoying Bennett on this planet. God, I pray today's a special day for him. God, thank you for what you're doing in and through him. God, I look forward to all that you have planned. Lord, we love you, praise you, celebrate your presence. Bless the calories out of this food. Let us enjoy it.
There's chicken. There's slaw.
The one chicken, because this is better than chicken.
There's a lot of things, but I was trying to think of just narrowing it down to one. It's really hard. But I love that we're so respectful to people around you. And when people, anytime I meet an adult that's been around you, every one of them says, I just love Bennett. He's so sweet. He's so nice. And that was from your mom. Your mom taught you that. And I appreciate that. And it's exciting to be able to walk into a room and know that somebody's going to compliment your child. You know? That's very exciting. So, I appreciate that. And then I appreciate your consistency when you put your mind to something.
That's right.
Like when I walk in there and I see you at night studying your Bible every night, that really makes an impact on me because I know when you commit to something, you're going to do it.
That's true.
So. I wasn't sure about
Oh my God,
Size 13.
So we did it. We had the 16th birthday party weekend. It was actually pretty great. I think he really enjoyed it. I think he felt special and felt a part, even though he didn't get a car and he's not going to get to drive right now. We have things in place that we're putting in place for him to learn that and to take his test and really be ready for that and to get a car, and he'll be excited about that when it's time. But we didn't have to do that, and he still enjoyed everything. And we do that little thing where we go around and everybody tells something at the party. Everybody tells something about the person that they love. And he just glowed during that time of hearing. We just all need encouragement, you know, especially as a teenager and especially with all the crazy world stuff that's going on for all of us. We all need encouragement, and so I think he really connected with that encouragement and having the family and the friends at the party, just being able to enjoy ourselves and enjoy him, and that's what this weekend was all about. And so I hope that takes some of the pressure off of you when you're thinking about milestone birthdays. It doesn't have to look like what everybody else's looks like, and it really needs to be focused on what that child and that teenager or that person needs in their life. And so it's time to plan the next birthday because I got another birthday boy coming up in March. So I'll be going to plan that, and I'll see you next time.